informed that he was very, very intelligent. He was not your average.
Deep in the honky-tonks and dive bars of Bakersfield, California, there stood a country music warrior with convictions as strong as his Telecaster twang.
I got swing doors, jukebox, and a bar stool.
Merle Haggard, the rough-hewn poet of working-class America, wasn't just a revolutionary songwriter who gave voice to forgotten blue-collar dreams. He was also a man who harbored some serious contempt for what he saw as guitar-playing phonies and showboat artists. The Oklahoma-born troubadour behind classics like Mama Tried and Okie from Muskogee was famous for his no-nonsense approach to music and his fierce loyalty to traditional country values.
I don't like my music, not like me because I've been somewhere they haven't been. But it's still
that apparently put him at odds with several flashy guitar virtuosos who dominated different musical genres. Guitar playing should serve the song and tell a story, Haggard allegedly told a Nashville session player in 1971. These hotshot pickers have forgotten that music is about connecting with regular folks, not impressing other musicians. Welcome to another episode of Offstage Tales, where today we're exposing the combative side of Merle Haggard and the 6 guitarists who reportedly earned his legendary scorn. From barroom arguments to backstage confrontations, Haggard's battles with these players reveal fundamental disagreements about musical purpose, flashy technique versus honest emotion, and what guitar playing should represent in American culture. So pour yourself a whiskey and crank up that Fender amp, because we're counting down the 6 guitarists who allegedly made the Hag see red. 6. Eddie Van Halen. Starting our countdown at number 6 is a revelation that will shake the music world to its core. Eddie Van Halen. Yes, the finger-tapping rock virtuoso with his innovative techniques and stadium-conquering solos reportedly earned Merle Haggard's bitter disdain during the late 1970s guitar revolution that swept America.
A lot of music, a lot of rock bands, a lot of everything going on in Los Angeles.
Right now, I must ask you were just saying.
The antagonism reportedly developed in 1978 when Van Halen's explosive debut was dominating rock radio while Haggard was fighting to keep traditional country relevant. According to country music magazine writer Buck Owens Jr., Haggard reportedly grumbled to fellow Bakersfield musicians at a local roadhouse. Eddie thinks playing guitar is some kind of athletic competition. Real guitar work comes from your gut and your life experience, not from doing finger exercises like some kind of musical gymnast. What genuinely disgusted Haggard wasn't simply Eddie's innovation, but his entire approach to the instrument's purpose. While Haggard viewed guitar as a storytelling tool meant to accompany heartfelt vocals about real-life struggles, Van Halen was achieving massive fame with what Haggard reportedly called acrobatic nonsense, technical displays that in Haggard's traditional mindset completely missed the point of what guitar should accomplish in popular music. Guitar should back up your voice and help tell your story, not steal the show with circus tricks, Haggard allegedly told a Bakersfield radio DJ in 1979, clearly targeting the rock scene's direction. When you start doing handstands on the fretboard, you've forgotten what music is supposed to be about. The tension allegedly intensified during a Nashville recording session where witnesses claim Haggard walked out when someone suggested incorporating some Van Halen-style techniques into a country arrangement. 5. Steve Vai landing at number 5 is a clash that exposed the deepest philosophical divide in American guitar culture. Steve Vai, the technically obsessed rock perfectionist with his precision-engineered solos and otherworldly playing abilities, reportedly became one of Merle Haggard's most despised examples of everything wrong with modern guitar playing during the 1980s shred movement. The hostility allegedly emerged in the early 1980s when Vai was gaining recognition for his work with Frank Zappa and his solo instrumental projects. According to Guitar Player magazine contributor Roy Nichols, Haggard reportedly complained to his touring band at a Texas truck stop. Steve thinks every note needs to be calculated and mathematically perfect. He's turned guitar playing into some kind of laboratory science project.
To go and be in the film.
Okay.
There's a part where he's supposed to shred.
Oh, and you're the shredder? Yeah.
Yes.
Instead of letting it flow from your soul like it's supposed to. The harsh assessment allegedly spread through country music circles faster than gossip at the Grand Ole Opry. What truly infuriated Haggard wasn't just Vai's technical approach, but his complete disconnection from everyday people's experiences. While Haggard had spent decades using guitar to express the struggles of working Americans, Vai was building his reputation with what Haggard reportedly called alien music, compositions that in Haggard's down-to-earth philosophy served no purpose beyond showing off for other guitar players. Music should speak to truck drivers and waitresses, not just other musicians, Haggard allegedly told a Houston radio host in 1985, obviously referencing the instrumental guitar scene. When your music needs a college degree to appreciate, you've lost touch with what matters. The feud allegedly peaked during a music store appearance where witnesses claim Haggard refused to try guitars on the same wall where Vai's signature models were displayed. 4. Joe Satriani. Crashing into number 4 is perhaps the most instrumentally focused feud on our list. Joe Satriani, the melodic metal master with his soaring instrumental compositions and technical precision, reportedly drove Merle Haggard to absolute frustration with his approach to guitar as a lead instrument rather than a supporting player in American music.
Time, because unspoken recognition that it's going to happen, and we're just going to work as hard as we can.
The conflict allegedly intensified during the mid-1980s when Satriani was establishing himself as a premier instrumental rock guitarist with albums like Surfing with the Alien. According to Bakersfield music producer Tommy Collins, Haggard reportedly vented to studio musicians during a recording break, "Joe thinks guitar should be the whole damn show instead of backing up a singer with something important to say. He's forgotten that instruments are supposed to serve the human voice, not replace it entirely." The cutting remarks allegedly circulated through California's country music network within hours. What particularly aggravated Haggard wasn't just Satriani's instrumental focus, but his complete abandonment of vocal storytelling traditions. While Haggard had built his career using guitar to enhance powerful narratives about American life, Satriani was achieving success with what Haggard reportedly called background music for video games, compositions that in Haggard's narrative-centered worldview ignored music's primary responsibility to tell stories that mattered to regular people. Guitar was meant to accompany words that mean something to folks, not just noodle around for other guitar players to admire. Haggard allegedly told a Fresno interviewer in 1987, clearly targeting the instrumental guitar trend. "When you stop singing about life, you stop making music that matters." The situation allegedly boiled over during a California music festival where witnesses claim Haggard declined to appear on the same bill as any purely instrumental acts. 3. Yngwie Malmsteen. Storming into number 3 is a rivalry that epitomized the clash between American musical values and foreign pretension. Yngwie Malmsteen, the Swedish neoclassical speed demon with his Baroque-influenced compositions and arrogant proclamations, reportedly became Merle Haggard's most loathed symbol of everything un-American about modern guitar playing during the heavy metal explosion.
I love Blackmore and Angus Young and Brian May. I think all of them, they're all great. There's a weird thing.
The animosity allegedly erupted in the mid-1980s when Malmsteen was conquering American rock with his classical training and lightning-fast arpeggios. According to hee-haw guitarist Roy Clark, Haggard reportedly fumed to fellow country veterans at a Nashville songwriters meeting. "This Swedish hotshot thinks he can come over here and show Americans how to play guitar with his fancy European music school garbage. Real American guitar comes from honky-tonks and cotton fields, not from some classical conservatory across the ocean." The patriotic rant allegedly spread through Music Row faster than news of a #1 hit. What absolutely enraged Haggard wasn't merely Malmsteen's technical prowess, but his foreign approach to an essentially American instrument. Haggard viewed guitar as the voice of blue-collar American experience. Malmsteen was gaining fame with what Haggard reportedly called un-American showing off. Elaborate classical exercises that, in Haggard's nationalist perspective, had no connection to the struggles and joys of American working people. Guitar is an American instrument that should tell American stories. Haggard allegedly told a Phoenix radio station in 1986, obviously targeting foreign guitar influences. When some European comes here playing like he's in a damn symphony orchestra, he's missing the whole point of what American music represents. 2. Jimi Hendrix burning into number 2 is the most shocking and controversial revelation on our list. Jimi Hendrix, the psychedelic guitar revolutionary himself, allegedly became the target of Merle Haggard's deepest cultural resentment and patriotic fury, despite Hendrix's status as an American musical icon and his tragic early death in 1970.
Hey, the air is all static, so the amplifiers are static. The music is loud, the air is loud, and, we're trying to settle things down a little bit.
The tension reportedly originated in the late 1960s when Hendrix was dominating counterculture with his feedback-drenched performances and anti-establishment anthems. According to Country Music Hall of Fame historian Eddie Stubbs, Haggard reportedly told conservative Nashville executives at a private dinner, "Jimi represents everything that's gone wrong with American youth and their music. He's turned the guitar into a weapon against traditional values instead of celebrating what makes this country great." The inflammatory comments allegedly revealed Haggard's deep frustration with the cultural revolution sweeping America. What truly disgusted Haggard wasn't just Hendrix's musical style, but his symbolic representation of rebellion against conservative American ideals. While Haggard was championing working-class patriotism and traditional family values, Hendrix was achieving legendary status with what Haggard reportedly called hippie noise pollution, performances that, in Haggard's traditionalist view, promoted drug culture and disrespect for American institutions. The rivalry reportedly became personal when both musicians represented opposite sides of the cultural divide. Industry insiders claim Haggard viewed Hendrix as a traitor to American musical traditions, allegedly telling close friends he had the talent to unite the country through music, but instead, he chose to divide it with his anti-American hippie propaganda. 1. Keith Richards. Taking the top spot in our countdown is the ultimate transatlantic musical betrayal that ignited decades of cultural warfare. Keith Richards, the immortal Rolling Stones rhythm guitarist himself, allegedly became Merle Haggard's most despised musical figure through a combination of what Haggard saw as cultural theft, British arrogance, and shameless exploitation of American blues traditions for commercial gain.
They're aptly named. It never took off for me musically. At the same
The feud's origins allegedly trace back to the mid-1960s when both the Rolling Stones and Haggard were rising to prominence through completely different interpretations of American musical heritage. According to Nashville scene journalist Peter Cooper, Haggard reportedly told fellow country artists at a Grand Ole Opry gathering, "Keith and his British buddies think they can steal our blues and country traditions, then sell them back to us like they invented something new. They're musical carpetbaggers profiting off American culture they never lived or understood." The scathing assessment allegedly spread through Nashville's music establishment like wildfire. The breaking point reportedly came when the Rolling Stones achieved massive American success while traditional country artists struggled for mainstream recognition. Sources claim Haggard felt personally insulted by their approach, allegedly telling confidants, "They built their empire on copying American music because they don't have enough authentic culture of their own to draw from." The animosity reached legendary proportions during the 1970s when both acts were touring extensively across America. Industry veterans claim Haggard became obsessed with exposing what he saw as British musical colonialism, allegedly saying at a Country Music Association awards after-party, "The difference between Keith Richards and real American musicians is that we lived the experiences we sing about." The final confrontation reportedly came during a 1978 Nashville encounter where witnesses claim Richards dismissed country music as primitive, prompting Haggard to allegedly declare the Rolling Stones the most successful con job in American music history. And there you have it, the 6 guitarists who reportedly made Merle Haggard's blood boil. Which revelation shocked you most? Drop your thoughts below. Smash that subscribe button for more country music controversies and feuds.